on, guys? Alright, we got the Aspire Cleito tonight. And I purchased this myself. It's I think it was about 25 bucks shipped. Pretty decent price on it. And let's have a quick vape. Honestly, it's performing pretty damn well. Had some high hopes for this one because I like Aspire. I like Aspire products. I've had a whole mess of their tanks. Well, I've had a couple of their tanks, and I've had a couple of tanks that are compatible with their coils because I like their coils. But typically, I don't like their price. Like the Triton was like 40 bucks, 35 bucks. I mean, a little bit overpriced. Plus, I don't really see a point of cutting off the juice flow for filling with those coils because you don't really need it. But it's all changed. I actually bought a new Aspire product. It's all shiny and nice, and the Cleito is doing a great job. So let's see, 3.5 mils, top fill, tons of airflow. You got 3 huge cyclone slots, whatever, and you can open this thing up pretty wide. I guess I dialed this in the other day and I haven't wanted to touch it, but I'll open it up for you. I mean, with these things open, it's huge airflow. It's basically just like breathing. But I don't really get the heat that I want with it that far open. So I like to close it down to about maybe 30%, 25%. Now I'm going to be fiddling with this thing forever. Just a little bit more open. Yeah, so I've been liking this one with a little bit more of a restricted airflow. Like a restricted lung hit. Third video, trying to get this one nailed down. Anyway, great flavor on this thing. Really good vapor production. Currently using it at 59.1 watts. And it's doing really well. This is the 0.4 ohm Clapton. Both the coils that come with it are Claptons. This is the 0.4. It also comes with a 0.2, which I'll show you right now. So these are the new coils. As you can see, they're really long. And that's because the entire coil is the chimney. This goes to your base, that goes to your top cap. And that's all the parts pretty much. I mean, it's pretty cool, simple design. Aspire hasn't changed their coils up in a long time, or ever since the Atlantis, and it's pretty cool. Honestly, it vapes really well. The coil is about right there, so I was a little bit worried with wicking once the juice gets low, and I will say that once it gets very low, like under a quarter left, the wicking does suffer a little bit. I didn't get a dry hit, but I could notice the flavor kind of starting to trail off. It wasn't as saturated, and the flavor wasn't as good. But you fill it back up, and it's good to go after that. I've been using this coil for right about a week now, and I haven't noticed any change in performance whatsoever. Really great flavor. I'm using Applejack by You Got E-Juice. This juice is really growing on me. I gotta say, it's really, really nice. Got juice all over my mod somehow. But yeah, so let's take a look at this thing. Come on, there we go. So the 510 pin does protrude a little bit. It's a decent amount. It might be enough for a hybrid, but I think it'd be a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't use this on a hybrid mech mod. Yeah, I just wouldn't suggest it. The airflow, like I showed you, big, wide open airflow. I'd say it's about the same as the TFV4 with the quad coil in it. I mean, just it's like breathing. It's almost no restriction. It's like taking a big straw and breathing through it. The drip tip on this, I don't think is removable. Tell me if I'm wrong. I pulled on it pretty hard and it wasn't coming off, and I didn't want to break it. But it is nice. It's not metal. It's plastic. Probably like Delrin or something like that. It's really wide bore, and it's pretty good. Tasty, tasty. It's really easy to fill. You just unscrew the top cap. Set it down so. Oh, come on! Right on the carpet. Great. Stay there. Unscrew the top cap. Take your juice. And this is a big bottle with a big opening. It's kind of a pain to use on some tanks. But you can just dump it right in. Just top it right off. You can go all the way if you want. I mean, there is a little bit of gap there built in, so you could pretty much go right to the top of the glass if you wanted to. You screw this sucker down. I usually grab the glass once it starts to have a little bit of tension on it, just so I'm not just screwing it right down onto the mod. Never want to over tighten your 510, you know. But yeah, that's ready to vape. No spit back. I haven't had any spit back except for when I prime these coils, because if you watch my channel, you know that I like to prime the crap out of my coils just to make sure it's saturated. These coils have a lot of cotton in them, and it took a lot of juice to prime these things. I'm talking like 20 drops probably. Well worth it though. I always definitely suggest priming your coils until they're saturated, and that way you're guaranteed not to destroy it. And yeah, so the coil design's new. It's pretty good. Like I said, once you get below about a quarter tank, you do start to notice it trail off a little bit. Top fill's great. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty great tank. The only thing I don't like about it, so pretty much think anything that has to do with the tank that you can do positive, I like all that stuff. The only thing I don't like about it is you can't change the coil with juice in the tank. Any juice in the tank. Luckily, with the way the top fill is, you have that entire glass open, you can dump it into a bottle pretty easily. But, I mean, it's still going to be a little bit of a pain. You know, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Unless you vape it all the way down. Which, if you have a bad coil, who wants to vape through that entire thing? I don't know. But that's about the only downside to it. Other than that, it's really pretty great. The Clapton coils perform well. That's a nice restricted air lung hit for me when I adjust it to the way that I like it. Tons and tons of flavor. It's a pretty solid home run, I think. If you're thinking about getting one, I'd just go ahead and get it. It's pretty cheap, really budget friendly. I highly suggest it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna experiment a little bit with these coils. I did some eyeball measurements, and it looks like if I take the sub-tank mini and the sub-tank full size and use some of the pieces from both, I think I might be able to fit these coils in the mini with the glass from the full size guy, or something, some combination. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it and give it a shot. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna ramble on too much more, guys. If you're not a subscriber and you stuck around this long, please subscribe. Somebody's gonna win some free juice soon. It's just one of my subscribers. I'm just gonna pick one randomly, and that's it, guys. I'll catch you later.